Hey, I'm Henley Vasquez, co-founder and CEO of Fora. Welcome back to Room Service, our series where we spend time with the most interesting and important people in hospitality. Now today we are actually in my neighborhood of Tribeca in New York, and I am so excited to be spending time with Willow Kemp, the interior architect and design director for the legendary Firmdale Hotels, also the daughter of the founders of Firmdale. So today we're going to be talking about their amazing Warren Street Hotel, which we're in now, and also just about Willow's background and how she grew up in hospitality. Because it's a girls' lunch today, we're actually having our first boozy brunch. I don't know if we're going to make it through all of these, Willow, but we're going to try, and thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having us to your neighborhood, and I'm a big fan of room service, especially when I come to the Warren Street Hotel, because we really hope everyone feels like it's their own home from home.
Before we get too far into the booze, let's talk about home, because you said that this really is a place where the room service and the drinks, it'll make you feel like you're at home. And for you, Firmdale is home. So what was it like growing up, quite literally, in a hotel?
Very subconsciously, I was taking in all of the details, learning the different philosophy behind our business, because it really is something that we want to give so much to, so that we keep it for generations to come. And they really are home from homes for people. We think about all of the design elements, everything's tailored, and all down to the smallest details.
Now, when you were growing up and you saw your parents creating this amazing brand, did you always envision, yeah, I'm gonna become a design director someday and I'm gonna work here? Or is that something that more as you got older, you realized this was your calling?
Well, I'm one of three girls in the middle, and we're all very different, and we all have different strengths. I studied architecture, and then I did a master's in sculpture, and now I do the interior design. So I work on all different scales, right down to the smallest detail, to this dinner service we're using, and I absolutely love it. But you have to carve out your own area, and that can take a little bit of time.
This building, which people will be able to see a little bit of, it's blue.
I know what you're gonna say.
And I remember when we saw the building going up, the neighbors, we were all like, is it gonna stay blue? And at first that seemed a little controversial, and then when it finished, it is like, it fits in perfectly. It actually is quite calming. But I'm curious, what made you go with blue?
Yes, that was actually.
Because one cocktail or five cocktails is enough.
Willow's Art Walk cocktail.
And it is blue.
Yes,
just like
it has. Yeah, I have a slip.
Oh, yep, that's good.
It's good.
I'm gonna add it to my collection. What's with the blue?
So it's kind of like teal turquoisey blue. Then at the top, there's it's got a little yellow hat peak.
It is,
at the
which
top.
I actually just noticed recently.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think it's really successful, actually. We've got a roof terrace up there. I do think that if you go with colours in nature, then you can't go far wrong. It really does give it character, I think.
It really does. So this is your third hotel in New York.
Yes.
But your first one in Tribeca. You have Midtown, Soho. What did you do differently to be part of Tribeca? And for starters, you have an amazing charcuterie board, so I didn't have lunch. I'm gonna just dig in.
Excellent. Go for the little radishes.
Well, that's good.
Coming to Tribeca was different because it's more residential. I love the area because there are so many new art galleries. Then there's some design showrooms. So I love it here, and we were really generous with the size of rooms, and each one has their own little kitchen, which was painted in bright colours. And every detail's thought of, right down to the tea towels with dancers on that my cousin drew. So I'm very fond of the hotel.
And a lot of these sort of items that we're seeing in the room are part of your brand partnerships and collaborations, right? Like I think you mentioned this
the Rockin' Robin.
Yes, you have a little bird up there.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the stories behind some of these objects.
That was actually, the idea was to create something that emits a warm glow rather than this harsh white lighting, which is actually more sustainable. But we wanted like a porcelain so that it would glow really beautifully, and then we thought we would just have a little Rockin' Robin on the side. That's my little doggy lamp. So it's a little dog sitting under a hand-embroidered shade. What else? This is a rug that we designed with Annie Selke, and they are fantastic because they can go outside as well. Okay, so the story behind these cocktails.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. The story behind
That's delicious.
Oh, it's really refreshing, actually.
It's very refreshing.
We've named our cocktails and designed them specifically around some of our favorite artworks in this hotel. So this is the Sateri Frost. It's a really vibrant painting you'll see on the ground floor. That's the Sertoni.
Okay.
That's the Sertoni Crag who
that's not an espresso martini?
It's with a twist.
Ooh.
Tony Cragg is very interested in materials, and you'll see it's this incredible woman made out of marble, and it's beautiful. And this is the Devonald. Now that is after Gareth Devonald Smith. We commissioned him to do a piece above the bar. There are lots of different volumes horizontally, quite light, white with bits of gold, a bit of glitter here.
Amazing.
And he also did the chandeliers in the entrance.
I'm gonna make a big mess. Okay.
I'll just
Cheers.
sip away on this.
Okay, that is so good.
Is it good?
I'm gonna be drunk in the middle of the day. Let's put this back down. Okay, so now that we're gonna actually start eating, do you have any items here that are like favorite on the menu or that are special to this hotel?
Favorite thing, you've got the tuna tartare coming.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yes.
love tartare.
But you know, the beauty of being in a hotel is that you can veer off the menu as well, and they really will do whatever you like.
Tell me a little bit about the spaces that you created. We're eating this food up here, but the spaces that you created downstairs are really interesting. There's up the bar, there's the restaurant, there's a separate, I'm not sure what you'd really call it, little drawing room area.
Yes.
How did you go about designing them to try to get people off the street and into here?
If you come into the lobby, we have used some vibrant paint colours on the walls, and there really is a sense of arrival. But when you're designing that restaurant, it's a very deep space. So actually we commissioned the artist Martha Freud to make around 40 porcelain pots, painted them with orange, and then there's a light source within the pot, and on each pot there's a mushroom. If you look carefully, there's like little fairies or people pushing wheelbarrows all on the mushrooms. That artwork is so effective because it acts as a light source which changes throughout the day, and that's a really lovely area, that orangery. Oh my gazpacho. That's what I love about collaboration. Holy moly.
Well,
it looks really good like that.
It's that kind of party.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into some rapid fire questions, which we like to do. So don't think, just answer, just go with it. So, okay, let's start with, we're in Tribeca. Favorite thing to do in Tribeca?
Oh, gallery hopping.
Anyone in particular?
Marion Goodman, Timothy Taylor.
Okay, you have to move into a Firmdale Hotel, anyone. Which one are you picking and why?
Combination between number 16
Okay.
in South Ken. It's got a little
Jen loves.
garden, little pond. You feel like a local. And Hamyard.
2 a.m. room service order. Is it anything on this table or is it something else?
Grapes.
Grapes?
Yeah, I just love grapes.
Of the liquid variety, like wine? Or like actual
the
grapes?
actual grapes, yeah, just like reading away, having a few grapes. Green
No one
ones,
has
red
ever
ones.
said grapes. This is so grapes. Okay,
I just love
we're gonna make a note.
grapes.
Send this to every hotel you ever stay at. Grapes. Okay, you're in your room.
Yes.
What is a must-have thing in every hotel room for you?
I love a bath.
You know that your hotel, the Crosby Street, is known for its water pressure. Did you know
yeah,
that?
No, I didn't
Everybody
know that.
talks about it. Like
You're
it's so
literally
strong. You're like
blown away.
hanging on. Yeah, it's
Yes.
the best. That is
It
actually. I
very
wondered if you
good.
might say
but
that.
There's not so many baths there, whereas here we have baths, and in some of the rooms you have a bath, and you can literally overlooking the Hudson.
Most underrated hotel amenity.
I would say a really good concierge. You know, our concierges are have their clef door, you know, their 3 golden keys, and they just get you, they know you, they can point you in the right direction, really make you feel at home.
Carry on or checked bag?
Short stays, carry on, but I have to be disciplined. Otherwise, I love to check in my bag.
Okay, what's next for Firmdale?
Well, this is our 40-year anniversary. Can you believe it? So we've designed
40 years? Wait, what was the first?
The first, Dorset Square, which we still have. Very sweet.
40
that
years.
hotel.
Okay, wait, one more.
Okay.
One dream collab for you. What's something you haven't done yet that you would love to do?
I would love to design a Swatch watch.
I love that.
Would.
I love
you know,
those.
They've got the art collection.
Yeah, the art collection.
And my mum has this yellow Liechtenstein one, and my dad wears the blue one. So they're like this little duo. Firmdale, it's kind of cute.
Swatch.
So I would love to do a swatch.
Yes. Thank you for joining us and taking time
pleasure.
out of your short stay in New York to actually talk about your background and Firmdale. And we're just so excited to see everything that you guys are going to do.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And thank you to everybody for tuning in to Room Service to watch me make a fool out of myself with messy food in front of wonderful people yet again.
I'm Willow Kemp, interior architect and design director at Firmdale Hotels and Kit Kemp Design Studio. Thank you for watching Room Service with Henley.
Gorgeous ending.
Okay.
So
You're
good.
so good, Henley.
This is really good.
You can take your doggy back.